The push for transparency on potential extraterrestrial activity could be coming to a head very soon. On Tuesday, lawmakers, whistleblowers, and more are set to head to the steps of the U.S. Capitol. They will demand full declassification of those so-called UFO files. The latest unsealed batch released just weeks ago, you're looking at video from that batch, featuring clusters of mysterious objects soaring through the sky, shape-shifting orbs of light lingering overseas, even flying saucers like objects being shot down by U.S. forces. But some, including whistleblower and former Air Force intelligence officer David Grush, who originally shared his story right here on NewsNation, says there's so much more still left to be seen. The call to action pushing President Trump to keep his full transparency promise. For more, I'm now joined by NewsNation special correspondent and investigative journalist Ross Coulthart, host of Reality Check. Ross, thanks for being here for my inaugural show. I'm so excited to have you on tonight.
It's a pleasure, Heather. Lovely to be here.
Thank you so much, sir. All right, so let's start with the upcoming call to action on the steps of the Capitol. It's in a few days. What do you think will come out of it?
It's a drawing of a line in the sand. Ultimately, President Trump really hasn't delivered yet on his promise for full transparency on the UAP files. What we're seeing most of all is a frustration in Congress of a very genuine intention by a well-committed caucus on both sides of the House, the UAP Caucus. They're determined to get through laws called UAP disclosure laws that would make it much easier for whistleblowers to feel comfortable about coming forward without retaliation. And the problem that we have at the moment is the president's promising transparency, but he's really not delivering, releasing some interesting but not that promising videos from inside the Pentagon and the intelligence community isn't really going to help when we know from our own sources there are so many more videos, images, and indeed documents and whistleblowers that are only too willing to be brought out into the public light if that can be made possible.
We talked about David Grush a minute ago. You know him very well, his story of the UFO crash retrieval and, of course, reverse engineering programming within the U.S. government. Is he the one that can demand and make full declassification happen?
David's one of multiple whistleblowers. He's the prominent one because he's known publicly, but I can tell you there are many others behind the scenes. There are people wanting to come forward who don't feel safe about coming forward. And so David's commendably showing leadership this coming Tuesday, basically saying it's time for the government to put its money where its mouth is and back its promises with good, hard legislation. This has bipartisan support, and it should be supported by the president and the White House to make sure it has real effect.
Last weekend, we had Congressman Tim Burchett. He joined NewsNation Prime. He claimed that some are interfering with the president's ability to disclose all the information, especially when we ask for transparency. Here's what he said to us. I want your reaction on the other side, Ross.
The people in these alphabet agencies are blocking the president of the United States. As power is control, I think there could be some economic incentives to it. They're going to take this high road and say it's going to disrupt religion and all this other stuff. I just don't buy that as a Christian. That doesn't affect me one bit. I just think they need to disclose everything and quit telling us they don't exist when they're spending tens of millions of dollars on programs that obviously studying them.
What agencies is he talking about? What do you make of these comments, Ross? Do you agree?
I completely agree with Congressman Tim Burchett. He's right on the money. Primarily, it's the CIA. The CIA has acted over the years very much as a gatekeeper on this story. There's been an office inside the CIA called the Office of Global Access, and they've been involved in what we know are retrieval and reverse engineering programs funded allegedly illegally by diverting program monies from other programs. And so Congress hasn't been told about this. It hasn't been kept transparent. And Tim Burchett's completely right. There is obfuscation, obstruction by the CIA and people in the Defense Department and other sections of the intelligence community. And President Trump needs to hold their feet to the fire. There's a good intention from the White House at the moment. They're showing a determination to get to the truth of this matter. I'm assured the president is committed to transparency, and what Tuesday is all about is essentially ensuring that he understands how many Americans and how many people around the world care passionately about this subject and are looking for leadership from him.
All right, last but certainly not least, Ross, you have a new special set for next Saturday. It's called The Road to Disclosure. Tell us more about what we can expect.
Well, we thought it was opportune with the release of the Steven Spielberg movie Disclosure Day to make the point that NewsNation's been preeminent in running essentially an expose of what's been hidden from the American taxpayer for much of the last 60 to 70 years. So we're showcasing some of my major interviews, some of the major stories we've brought you on NewsNation, and we're bringing some of the behind-the-scenes stories about what else we're investigating and what's to come in the future.
Well, very much looking forward to it. Appreciate your time tonight, Ross. Thank you so much.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.